next door neighbors site of the Cowboys and Chargers 1 week after the Cowboys had a close but no cigar opener in Tampa.
Welcome back, Dak Prescott.
Coming off his injury last year.
Godwin scores the first of 2021.
Prescott's first touchdown since last October. Left side of the end zone, caught by Amari Cooper. Touchdown, Cowboys.
He'll throws the ball downfield. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
They look good, man.
Cooper on the right side of the end zone. Touchdown. Fumbled the ball. Recovered by Lewis. Zerline's kick is plenty long. Dallas leads Tampa Bay.
Was there a push or not? Here's the kick by Suckup. It is good!
All right, we'll see y'all again. Trust.
They drop the game and then they start dropping like the proverbial flies. Expected to miss week 2. No fewer than 6 starters, including one of the stellar trio of receivers, and then, of course, Tank Lawrence, perhaps their best defensive player, if not definitely best pass rusher. And Randy Gregory's on COVID protocol. Irv, I mean, sound the alarm right here. What do you think is going on with the Cowboys right now?
Boy, and you come around and you say, okay, now how do these Cowboys overcome these injuries to these guys right here, Rich? And I think, like, wow. First of all, you saw that defense last year. That defense was 28th and points allowed last year, so it was no good last year. And week 1, I thought they played much better. They got the turnovers. They did not win the game, as you so said at the beginning of this, but they played much better defensively. And now they rank 23rd. But you take off all of those guys. Those are the guys that get the pressure on the quarterback, to Marcus Lawrence and Gregory. When you say I'm going to have no pressure on Herbert, you're saying I'm going to put more pressure on Dak, because that's the only way the Dallas Cowboys can win this game. Now, you're not going to stop the Chargers. You have to match them point for point. And this is funny. Since 2020, who has thrown the most per game is Dak Prescott, Justin Herbert. Dak Prescott, 46 passes per game. Justin Herbert, 40. We should see the ball in the air a lot at this stadium tonight.
And Justin Herbert, one of 4 teams, along with the Chargers, obviously, to go through week 1 perfect. AFC West, all perfect. NFC West,
right.
All perfect. You know who's perfect against the AFC North? Someone from the AFC West. Here comes Patrick Mahomes. Has never lost.
That's incredible.
To a team in the AFC North. That is indeed what is at stake tonight. Part of Sunday Night Football. Mooch, Kurt, take it away.
Money, Lamar.
Big game tonight.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good against
That
one
is
division.
pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Well, how will this Raven defense slow that guy down, Kurt Warner?
I don't know. I don't think they slow them down. When I look at this Ravens team, they are built on playing man-to-man coverage. They played 50% of man last week. In those 50%, the 16 completions for 258 yards against the Raiders. We saw at the end of the game, they decided to go blitz zero in a critical situation, leads to a big touchdown. You go man-to-man against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, and it is a long day. But that is what the Ravens do. They've obviously missing Marcus Peters on the back end. It's all about getting pressure on Patrick Mahomes. But I believe you've got to step back and play zone, but it's just not who the Ravens are.
Right.
And because it's not who they are, I don't believe they're going to do it, and I don't believe they're going to be able to stop them.
When your corners are hurt, and of course Marcus Peters is a great player, and you mentioned that he's out, and Marlon Humphrey has got an injury to his back, so they're going to be tested. Derek Wolfe, defensive end, he's not playing either, so the Ravens are going to be a little bit thin, a little bit light against these guys that have players all over the place. You got Tyreek Hill, and you've got Kelsey, and you got all kinds of guys that they have to stop the GAPs. I mean, there's going to be plays down the field all over the.
What is a GAP?
The gaps, the game-altering plays.
You got to cut down those gaps, because if they hit the gaps, it's over.
Yeah, well, they got to stop those, and good luck with that Sunday Night Football. All right, let's go over to Pittsburgh right now, because you got the Pittsburgh Steelers fans getting ready for the Raiders, and Darren Waller had a huge game last week against his former team, but this week he faced
at home against the 49ers here at the Lincoln. Yeah, it's going to be a slugfest. Both of these teams really good up front, and the Niners are getting defensive tackle Javon Kinlaw back. When I asked Niners left tackle Trent Williams, I said, I know it's a cliche, but is this game going to be won in the trenches? He laughed and he said, yeah, that would be a fair assessment. Now to Sarah Walsh in Tampa.
Tom Brady threw the ball 50 times in week 1, but expect the Falcons to take shots today against the Bucs corners. Their top corner, Carlton Davis, is questionable with a hamstring. Their other starting corner, Sean Murphy-Bunting, out with a dislocated elbow. Matt Ryan told me their advantage is on the outside and that they have to give their guys chances down the field. Now to Ian Rappaport.
Sarah, expect the Baltimore Ravens to go with running back by committee today in the big-time showdown with the Kansas City Chiefs, which means Tyson Williams, Latavius Murray, and Devontae Freeman should all see carries. Do not be surprised if the Ravens roll with the hot hand when it comes down to it, which means if you're picking one in fantasy, good luck with that. Meanwhile, speaking of fantasy, if you had Zeke Elliott last week, you probably saw he only had 11 carries, did pass block great, stayed on the field most of the game, just 11 carries. Expect him to get back to normal this week for the Dallas Cowboys in their game against the Chargers. 20 touches is the hope for Zeke. On the other side of the ball for the Cowboys, Rich, big move on defense. Micah Parsons, their highly touted off-the-ball linebacker, is going to move to defensive end. Actually, his natural position, played it in high school. He helps make up for the loss of DeMarcus Lawrence.
Yeah, Parsons celebrating that whiteout victory over Auburn yesterday. I don't know how the U is doing today. We can check on that later on. We have 3 more hours to go. Plus, your fantasy factors already. Odell is out. Jerry Jeudy is on IR, as we know. Josh Jacobs out as well with a toe injury that had him hobbling around despite scoring twice last Monday. This season, Lowe's is recruiting new players to join the Lowe's home team from now until December. Lowe's is providing 4 chances to join General Manager Drew Brees by completing a home improvement challenge. The first quarter challenge is live, folks. It's live. Fans should share their home tailgating setup at Lowe's.com/home team for a chance to join the Lowe's home team and to win great prizes like a limited edition jersey or tickets to the Super Bowl. Follow the action all season with the hashtag Lowe's Home Team.